Hey everybody, this is Fi. I'm checking out Fireballs. This is a part of the Reddit Feedback Friday. Go ahead and read the Reddit post here real quick. My first game, it's an explosive top-down shooter. Also, you and enemies can strategically place walls to block bullets, stop movement, and use as a ramp to jump for a better shot. 3 levels for now. Force you to master timing and movement while enemies increase in number and start using fireballs, thunder, and plasma bolts to vaporize you. Pile on the roast. Alright, so we're going to do a playtest and give some feedback. The game unfortunately just kind of drops you into the action. There's no title screen, there's no menus or even a pause that I could find immediately, but I haven't really played it at all yet. I just kind of ran the game. I did notice that it did take a while to, I guess it was loading or something, but I just kind of sat at a blank screen for several seconds until it kind of got into the action. But I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can figure this out. So I guess this is the game. I don't know. Wow, okay, it looks like I'm clicking to move, which is kind of weird and in conjunction with the rolling ball physics. It's quite interesting. It looks like I shoot with the right mouse button. Was that the E key? W? I just hold, okay, you can hold the button too. Where does it place it relative to you though? And why am I black? Did I take damage? Does it just place it in between you and the other guy? Is it behind you? How does it work? It's behind you. So whatever direction you're moving, it puts it directly behind you. There seems to be a bit of a cooldown, however. There's no HUD. Oh, looks like we have a little bit of a HUD up here. So level 1, wave 1, deaths 1, victory 0. There's no HUD indicating like a cooldown or anything on like the wall thing. Oh. Well, how did I do that? I just jumped up in the air. Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's on a cooldown too. Excuse me while I itch my nose. Apparently there's a jump and it's also on a cooldown. Maybe a smaller cooldown. Are there any other buttons? There wasn't much explanation in terms of the controls. Trying other keys here. Nothing going on. Alright, so I guess we have 2 abilities. We have a wall and a jump. We can't really stop moving. The other ability, I guess, being the fireball type of thing. But if I'm like, if I don't know where I'm facing and I want to drop a wall, I have to kind of conscientious of where it's going to end up. Like if I'm going towards the guy and I want to plop a wall, it's going to end up behind me, so I have to be make sure to go away if I want to do that. And so it seems to kind of predict your attack kind of instantaneously. It's a little weird to me to use left click for movement and right click for an attack. I almost think it's maybe backwards a little. There's also the idea of just using like WASD or something for movement, which would seem pretty reasonable to me, but... And there's a cooldown on the attack too, so it'd be nice if you had some kind of indication of the cooldowns. You can kind of get a sense of the attack just from using it regularly, but the other ones you don't really have any idea if you you can use it again or what. So I'm not really sure how to use the walls like effectively here. I mean, you can't really wait for them to shoot something at you. Because it's too fast to react to. Unfortunately, they do react to your shots, so they'll do like an instantaneous thing, which is usually not really a great thing. when the enemy AI can basically predict the future sort of thing. Wait, isn't E I thought E was jump. What the heck? Do you have to be moving a certain speed? That wasn't working before. So yeah, it is hard in a little bit. I mean, you could say it's part of the trick, I guess, but you have to kind of, since you have to do both movement and shooting with the mouse, you have to like stop and try to aim really fast, which makes it harder to aim than it would be otherwise. So yeah, I don't really see the utility of the walls. I mean, obviously you could block a shot with it, but how to actually do that within the context of playing is a completely different question, because like I mentioned before, the shot's too fast to really react to, and you could just as easily keep moving to like avoid them, right? I think. Oops. Likewise, I don't really see the utility of the jump either. Like if I... and it also doesn't work most of the time, so I don't know what's up with that. I'd like to be able to shoot a little faster, I think, if I wanted to. Another thing that would be nice if there was more feedback on when you take damage. It does kind of show your health in terms of how dark your ball is. They all did it simultaneously. But like when you take a hit, there's not any feedback, visual or audio, that I can tell. So it's always nice to have that. I don't know how to use the wall for anything useful. Clicking too early with this. Well, I died. So eventually you're gonna die. It's hard to avoid damage very consistently. I think when you get a certain distance from a guy, they're pretty much gonna hit you always. I don't know if they lead their attacks at all. But it seems that way to me. Like if you get close, like within this range, they're pretty much just always gonna hit you. Jump! Jeez, I don't know why it only works when it wants to. So yeah, damage avoidance is a really important thing in games. You do indeed want your game to be skill-based. You have to make sure that it's possible to play without taking damage. It's very weird, the jump thing. I don't know what the deal is with that. You did say something about using the walls for jumping. I don't know what... how does that even work? I don't know what just happened. Oh, I'm gonna die. But yeah, it's important to be able to ensure that a skilled enough player can indeed play the game without taking damage. Like, if there's any situation where it's guaranteed damage against you, it's generally a bad thing in any sort of action game. If you're making like a turn-based game or something, then that's just a part of the game, but pure action game, you pretty much want to aim for avoiding all situations like that. Unless it's like you're doing something really dumb that you shouldn't be doing. Which is not... doesn't count as unavoidable, because you're obviously making a choice that is making it happen, so... Oops. A little hard to see the mouse cursor also. It's not too bad, but it'd be nice to have kind of a bigger custom reticle of some sort. Maybe some way to recharge your health. Oh, I completely missed. Did that go up in the air? I'm hurting. I got the red guy anyways. Well, I guess I got my health back after I killed the guy. That's what appears to be going on here. So that's interesting. No. Alright, well, we're still alive. There's 4 of them now. Kind of a workout for the wrist, really. And move the mouse around so fast. Kill him! No! Oh crap. No, I lost. Alright. I died. I don't really understand the mechanics of the wall. Is it angled? Okay, there's a little angle on the wall. I get it now. I wonder if the E key is... I was thinking maybe it was some kind of debug thing or something, because it wasn't suggested in the comments that you could do that. But it did say you could use the walls to jump. I think you can just kill the first guy by just doing this anyways. But you do take... Oh. Because you do get your health back when you kill guys, so if you just kind of go full aggro and just not, you know, just tank the damage, you could probably do pretty good that way too. Oh no, that's not good. Alright. So yeah, maybe not how the game is intended to be played. Seems to work okay, at least for the first few rounds here. Obviously at some point you're gonna get a little overwhelmed, I think. Ooh. Ouch. Holy moly. Yeah, again, you don't want to get too close, apparently, because they just annihilate you. So this time I started with a red one. I wonder if the colors actually mean anything. I think the red one is what summons the fireballs. Does he even shoot normally, or does he only do those? Oh, I see. Oh, wait, he did shoot. Alright, well, anyways, I think you've probably seen about all I'm going to see. I know he mentioned a couple other sort of elemental dudes that are going to show up eventually. But I don't expect to play this for too much longer, so just in general, I mean, it's neat. It's certainly not devoid of fun, so for a first game, it's pretty interesting. I'd recommend, you know, get a start screen and a menu of some sort, a pause button, those sorts of things. Definitely want to properly finish out your games, because it's easy to just put that off and kind of say it doesn't matter, but if you want to say your game's done, you kind of have to have that stuff. It's a little bit about discipline in a way, so yeah, definitely recommend properly finishing out your game with those little quality of life type of things. I don't think there's any button to quit or anything like that, so aside from that, hopefully you got some useful feedback. I'm not really sure how to use the abilities to any real effect, like I mentioned, including kind of the jumping from the wall and things like that. It's kind of it feels good to jump. You could put that up in the air too. It feels good to roll up the wall and kind of fly into the air like that. But again, I don't really see any real utility for it, so that would be something I would think about. How to make that sort of thing actually useful. Like maybe there's some kind of, you could do some kind of attack in the air to like ground pound or something, and it would have like a shockwave effect or something like that. I don't know, some good idea. But hopefully you found this video useful. If you have any questions for me, just let me know. I'm gonna move on and play something else. So I will see you guys in the next video.